want to share with you 5 things that almost ruined my destiny until I quit them. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get straight into it. 5 things that almost ruined my destiny until I quit them. The first thing, and I'm sure you guys have been guilty of this too. And by the way, I do have my list right here on my phone. So I'm going to quickly go through it. I'm going to try my best to make this video as short as possible. All right. So the first thing is overthinking. More specifically, overthinking everything. Not even just the major decisions that I needed to make for my life, but even the smaller things. You know what? I'd even venture as far as to say I'm still overcoming that one, because even before posting this video, or making this video rather, it took me like 20 minutes to decide what the title would be. Little things like that, but they carry over into the larger decisions, carried over into my relationship decisions, having important conversations with people, the things that I needed to talk about, the things that were bothering me, that were pressing. And I would carry things for sometimes months, overthinking how I may be received for sharing that particular thing, or um, letting someone know how I felt. So the overthinking about career decisions, overthinking about business ventures, overthinking about, you know, when to do something, when to go somewhere, who to talk to, when to do. It's too much. Okay. Overthinking. Cut that all the way out if that's one of the ones for you. Now, I know that's much easier said than done, but we also call it the paralysis of analysis, right? That's what I got caught up in. The paralysis of analysis and overthinking every little decision. And what it ended up doing was causing major delay in my life. All right. And I would be one of those people constantly asking the Lord, why am I not further along? And I had to think about this habit of overthinking. So that is the first one. The second one, this is major: setting age goals. Setting age goals for myself. Um, I had a high school, I was going to say professor, but actually my high school math teacher, my algebra teacher, God rest his soul. He, and I hope I'm saying this right. He had a quote that he used. He said, never set age goals for yourself, or you'll spend your life feeling as if you are a failure. So we got all these age goals. By 21, I'm going to accomplish this, have my college degree. By 25, I'll be a successful entrepreneur. By age 40, I need to be a homeowner. I need to, my life needs to go in such a way that by that time I will have figured all of those things out. And I tell you right now, and I know you can attest to this too, life is a bunch of trial and error, sometimes even with prayer. Okay? And it is. But it really is about the journey, not the destination. Now, I don't want to get into talking about that. We're talking about these age goals, right? I want you to stop putting a particular age on when you should accomplish a certain thing. Everybody's story really is different. Everybody has a different story. You got to stop with the comparison. But even if you're not comparing yourself to somebody else and you just feel like you need to do certain things by a certain age, I need you to go ahead and stop that, because whatever that plan is that you feel is so awesome that you have for your life, baby, I'm telling you right now, you ain't got it yet. My daddy passed away. We are in the month of November right now. My daddy passed away 2 months ago. I was living in Texas. It's my goal to go back, but I'm not in Texas right now. Okay. Um, I didn't see that coming. I was in Texas. I was working on home ownership. I was setting aside money. I was doing this and doing that and my plan and everything. And I said by this particular time, and I'm not saying just to be idle and not have some kind of idea of when you like or timeline as to when you want to accomplish something, but don't set a hard goal to the point where after you get to that age, if you have not reached it, then you're gonna, it causes you to feel like a failure. Don't do that. Life is jam packed with too many uncertain things that can happen, and you know that. And more even more than that, I don't want you to feel like you have failed if you didn't do something by a certain age. Okay. So stop setting age goals. The third thing I had to stop doing, I had to stop refusing to ask hard questions. Hard questions, questions that may lead, if I was in a relationship, questions that may lead to a breakup. Even asking hard questions in a job interview, you know, being prepared with questions like that you feel like, "Ooh, they might not, I feel strongly to ask this, but they may reject me if I ask it, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Please ask the hard questions, baby. Pay now or pay later. Ask the hard questions. Um, I made a note down here. Yeah, I heard it said that when you don't speak up, you start a storm within yourself. You can cause a storm to brew within your own soul, and I truly believe that. If you don't say the things that you really need to say, with all tact in place and all that, because I was the type of person that even if it was tactful, because I never mean to hurt anybody, right? So my problem was I would just stop. I just wouldn't say it at all. But who got hurt? Me. I ended up getting hurt for not saying it. Okay. It ends up costing you in the end. So go ahead and ask the hard questions. And if you are in a romantic relationship and it's starting out or what have you, go ahead and ask the hard questions, because I truly believe that that's going to strengthen a relationship. It is. All right. I think that was number 3. Um, so the fourth one, I had to stop rehearsing the past. I had to break the habit of rehearsing the past. And it can even get to the point where it becomes what I call demonic memory recall. Now, some things you may have been through in the past that traumatized you, and it may come back, and cause you to have those emotions again. I call that demonic memory recall, where these things you're not even trying, it just comes back to you and it bothers you all over again. And that can get a lot deeper. And that may be something that you need deliverance from, which I'm going to talk about my deliverance process on this channel, because I have been through more than one and more than 2 deliverances. Okay. So we're going to talk about that too later. But I had to stop rehearsing the past. I remember I was in a relationship a few years ago, and after getting out of the relationship, I had to go through a deliverance. And even during that time, I would find myself, this person was not even around me. And some of y'all may have done this before. This person was not around me at certain times where I would just start arguing. I call it a murmuring spirit, right? It's and I would It's actually another word for it. It's not so much it's like this chatterbox. Like you just can't stop talking about the things that that person did that frustrated you to the point where it embittered you. So you may have argued with them when you were in their presence, or you may have let them know some things, but even when they were no longer in your presence, you would be arguing and fussing as if they were there. I mean, sitting across from you. It was bad. So it's one thing to rehearse the past as far as like discussing something with another person that you went through and you just can't let it go. And then it's another thing when, baby, you might not even have an audience. That bitterness had gotten real deep. Okay. I had to stop rehearsing the past. And then the deliverance came in through the from the bitterness, as well. And sometimes rehearsing the past may be rooted in something deeper. So that's something else that you want to stop doing. All right. These things are contending for your destiny. They're more than just bad habits. All right. And the last one that I'm going to share is I had to quit job searching for the sole purpose of financial fulfillment. I had to stop. Some of y'all, like me, lived on Indeed. Okay. Currently, honey, I'm an entrepreneur. I have been on the job search for many months. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a job, but find what the deeper purpose is for your life. Pursue that. Pursue God. I believe that you will attract the finances into your life. Okay. So stop serial job searching for financial fulfillment as if that's where all of your help comes from. That's your, source. It ain't. Your job is a resource. It's definitely not a source. So those are the 5 things that I wanted to share with you guys today. I have so much more to share with you. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment because I love dialogue. Please leave me a comment. Oh, and also share this video. I want y'all to have a wonderful day on purpose.